The best and worst car deals of March 2026. We're going to start with the worst, end with the best. Dad, we're coming off of a pretty bad February for the auto industry, so we expect to see some pretty big discounts from automakers. You ready to jump in?
I am. Yes, I would suspect after the February we had, there should be an increase in incentives.
Okay, we're going to start with the worst deals right now. However, these are the vehicles that the manufacturers are just not stepping up on. They're not trying to incentivize you to purchase them. First is going to be the 2025 Lincoln Navigator. Dad, on the Lincoln Navigator, we have 3.9% financing for 48 months. This thing is a prior model year, and there are many of them, 2,500 of them sitting unsold right now as we head into March. And 3.9% financing for 48 months is the best offer Lincoln's putting out there.
Oh my God! Tell me you have no interest in selling these Lincoln Navigators, and you want them to be paperweights without telling me you want them to be paperweights. I mean, this is ridiculous.
I mean, for example here, Dad, you have the 2026 Infiniti QX80 with 0% financing for 60 months. That's the competitor here. Obviously, you're getting a much bigger discount if you take advantage of the Infiniti offer. Now, Toyota, Dad, is getting in on the fun. They're not particularly incentivizing the 2025 Toyota RAV4s. You've just got 3.75% financing for 36 months. This is on the outgoing 2025 model year, Dad. Toyota's offering 4.99% financing for 60 months on the new 2026s. They're really not incentivizing customers to go buy the prior model year option.
My guess is there's probably not all that many of the prior model year options available, so that they don't have to spend a great deal of money to move those units.
Now, this one's interesting, Dad. The 2026 Mazda CX-50. Nationwide, there is a 155 days supply of the CX-50, and we have 16,000 unsold CX-50s across the United States of America. But the offer from Mazda to get those pieces of metal moved, 1.9% financing for just 36 months. That's too short of a term, Dad, to really get a bunch of demand for this vehicle.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And my guess is that I don't know, come April 1st, there'll be 15,000 unsold CX-50s because of such a strong offer of 1.9% for 3 years.
Now, Jeep has to get in on the fun as well with the 2026 Jeep Compass. There's a 170 days supply of the 2026 Jeep Compass. That is really slow selling. And your best financing option, 6.9% APR, Dad. Again, Jeep not stepping up on the 2026 Compass. I think it has something to do with the fact that they have a bunch of 2025s that they're still trying to get rid of.
That would have some bearing on it, and it's the least expensive of the Jeeps, so they're just not going to incentivize it all that greatly to try and move them.
Now, last but not least, we have another Toyota, the 2026 Toyota Crown Signia. Dad, Toyota has a 72 days supply of this vehicle nationwide, but really the best offer you're going to get is a lease option for $712 a month for 36 months. Oh, and that's after you put $5,000 down due at signing. Dad, the Crown Signia has not been a big seller for Toyota, and they are not doing that much to try and get those vehicles sold here in the United States.
They have decided that this is going to be their slowest selling vehicle, and because of that, they're just not really going to incentivize the sales of them.
All right, let's flip the script. Let's talk about the best manufacturer incentives and deals for the month of March 2026. First and foremost, Dad, Tesla getting in on the fun with the 2026 Tesla Model Y. 0% financing for 72 months for the rear wheel, and all-wheel drive variants. This is a big deal. 0% for 72 months from Tesla is huge.
Oh, absolutely. And, if somebody's going to give you free money for 6 years, you'd be foolish not to take it. I mean, even if you had the cash to pay for this vehicle, you could just take that cash and put it in the investment accounts and let it earn money. And meanwhile, you're not paying any interest at all for 6 years on your current car loan. Great deal from Tesla.
And this is big because for a long time there, Dad, Tesla was not offering incentives, but now obviously they're underwriting a tremendous amount of investment to try and get people to purchase these vehicles. Next on the list, the 2025 Ram 1500. There are still plenty, about 3,000 2025 Ram 1500 still out there for sale, even though we're in March 2026. 0% financing for 72 months. This is a big, big, big step up from Stellantis to try and get these trucks sold.
Yes, it's, these have been some of the most overpriced trucks in the market. And this is one way that you can move them. The unfortunate reality is is probably a large percentage of their customer base credit-wise won't qualify for the 0%, but they still might qualify for some type of subvented rate that is going to ultimately save them thousands upon thousands of dollars in finance charges.
Next on the list, Hyundai, Dad. Hyundai sales are up month over month for the month of February, and they are keeping their foot on the gas pedal. 2026 Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid. We've got 0% financing for 60 months and no payments for 90 days. This is a big offer from Hyundai, and they are really trying to capture more market share. And you know what? With an offer like this, they very well may.
The fact that you could walk into a Hyundai dealership, buy a vehicle, not have to make a payment until June, and then you not pay any interest for those what ultimately will be 63 months. Yeah, that's pretty remarkable on a 2026 hybrid.
Now, Dad, Chevy's getting in on the fun as well. The 2026 Chevrolet Equinox EV. These have been slow selling, and so there are big incentives from Chevrolet. 0% financing for 60 months, or approximately $10,000 off of MSRP, 20% conquest discounts for buyers switching from another brand. Big incentives here on the 2026 Equinox EV.
Absolutely. And, even that might not move the needle because EV sales have become somewhat stagnant and only accounted for, I think it was 5.6% of all vehicles sold last month.
It may be a theme that we start to see more and more of these big EV offers. We saw a lot of them last year, even before the federal government's tax incentive went away. And obviously, as we've gotten into 2026, we've seen big incentives, but 20% off of MSRP. That's kind of up there. Now we have Ford getting in on the fun with their leftover 2025 F-150. You've got 0% financing for 60 months, plus a $1,000 truck month cash and no payments for 90 days. We have 28,000 leftover 2025 Ford F-150s unsold so far in 2026. This is a big offer from Ford.
Oh, it is. I mean, not only are they giving you, the 0% interest for 5 years, but they're throwing in $1,000 cash on top of it, and then really making it into a 63-month 0% interest loan. So that's a pretty strong offer from Ford to move those remaining 2025s.
Now, Ford's also getting in on the fun with the 2025 leftover Bronco Sport Big Bend 4x4s. They've got a big lease incentive here, $399 a month for 36 months with just $399 due at signing. We know these manufacturers are feeling the pinch of an affordability crisis, and lease incentives like this sub $400 a month payment for 36 months. This is obviously trying to do a mix of a vehicle that they have a lot of supply and a price point that they think consumers will have demand at.
And if you're looking for some type of 4x4 that seems to be desirable at under $400 a month, that could be the way to go, especially with just the first month payment down.
GMC is doing the same thing when it comes to lease incentives. This is on the 2026 Sierra 1500 Crew Cab 4-wheel drive Elevation. We've got a $299 a month lease payment for 24 months. Now, the kicker here, $4,239 due at signing. That's what you're going to see advertised. But even if you were to take that due at signing and put it back into the monthly payment, we're at significantly below $500 a month for 24 months for a Sierra 1500. So obviously a deal here if you're interested in a monthly payment only.
Yes, and the reality is just because they're asking for $4,239 due at signing doesn't mean you have to put it down. You can keep that money in a separate bank account, draw off it as you make the higher monthly payment because you didn't put that cash down.
Volkswagen is also participating in the big deals for March 2026. On the 2026 Volkswagen Atlas, we have 0% financing for 60 months and $1,000 bonus cash. Dad, I don't know about you, but I'm surprised by how many of these big SUVs for the current model year are getting these major incentives. 0% for 60 months, 0% for 72 months. That costs a lot of money for the manufacturer. And they're also throwing in there the $1,000 bonus cash as well. This is a big incentive from Volkswagen to move the Atlas.
Big deals for big wheels, Zach, is what it boils down to. And it spells it out directly. If you ask me, they realize that their vehicles are getting too expensive for their customers. And well, this is a way to address that.
Now, Dad, what we claim is the best hybrid SUV deal for the month of March, the 2025 Subaru Forester Premium Hybrid. We're looking at $269 a month for 36 months, $2,254 due at signing. Subaru, Dad, trying to move on from their leftover inventory with a sub $300 payment here on this lease offer.
Anytime you can look at some type of hybrid all-wheel drive vehicle at $300 a month or less, seems like it should be a compelling enough offer to bring some people into the showroom.
Now, last but not least, Volvo, Dad, their 2025 leftover EX90s. These are their electric SUVs, 3-row SUVs, 0% financing for 72 months or a $7,500 cash offer. Volvo obviously struggling to sell the 2025 EV SUV that they have. Big offer from them, 0% financing for 72 months is a lot of money that they're underwriting.
Oh, you're talking about savings well in excess of $10,000 if you do the free financing. And you're talking about a vehicle that's in excess of $80,000. So, do the math. You can save a proverbial poop ton of money if you utilize the 0% interest rate.
As the auto industry continues to slow down in 2026, we anticipate seeing bigger and better deals. We'll keep you posted on all of the new car best deals every single month here on the CarEdge YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you find this content helpful, and we have links to all this information in the description as well. Thanks, Pops.
Thank you, Handsome.